Hey guys, Andy here. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 9 of Andy's Podcast Hour. Let's see, 1 second. I'm thinking this is Season 2, Episode 9. Let me check. 1 second. 1 second here. 1 second. Let's see. Alright, Season 2, Episode 8. Yeah, this was uploaded yesterday. So, in the last episode, I discussed the Jetsons and Flintstones, where the Jetsons are still going, well, in what movies, like direct-to-DVD movies such as The Jetsons meets a WWE and The Partridge Family 2200 AD, which was a Jetson ripoff, if it was an updated version of it. So, I've been thinking, why don't I do Voice Actors Part 2? So, I discussed Don Messick, Dos Butler, and a few others. So, also Trust McNeil, I think. Let's see, 1 second. Alright, 1 second here. Oh god. So far, 20 episodes. This is episode 21, I think. Episode 10, yeah. Let's see, 1 second. Yeah, I discussed voice actors in Season 2, Episode 3 of Andy's Podcast Hour. Yeah, I discussed Mel Blanc, Dos Butler, Don Messick, and a few others. So, I'm gonna discuss, discuss Tress McNeil. Let's see, Mae Questel, I'll discuss, Alan Reed, and, let's see, who else? Let's see, 1 second. So, I'll discuss Mae Questel. I discussed June Foray already, I think. Wasn't sure. 1 minute here. Yeah, I discussed Mel Blanc. Alright, so I'll be discussing today Mae Questel, let's see, Greg Griffin or Greg DeLisle, Paul Frees, I discussed Don Messick, I discussed Dos Butler, Alan Reed, that's 4, let's see, who else, Paul Winchell, I discussed Casey Kasem Don Adams, that's 6, and let's see, I might discuss let's see, Christine Cavanaugh and let's see who else, Pat Butler. Alright, so I'm going to go in order. So first up, Mae Questel, or the original voice actor for Betty Boop. So let's see. 1 second. This has got to load. Yeah, I use Wikipedia for every single episode out there. Let's screw. I'll look it up online. Alright. Now, Mae Questel is an American voice actress, well, was American voice actress, I'd say. Best known for providing the voices of Betty Boop and Olive Oil. She was born in 1908 in the Bronx because, you know, New York accent, no doubt. New York City, and she died in Manhattan. And she was known for her voice role in Felix the Cat, Popeye, the all-new Popeye Hour, and Betty Boop. And that's her, right there. That's right. That's her. And the Wikipedia uploads. See, wiki. Alright, so here we go. She began in vaudeville and played occasional small roles in films and TV later in her career. She was like one of the actresses on National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation back in 1989. And that's her in 1930. Yep. Alright. Mae Questel in the Bronx. See, she attended Morris High School. See, her parents were Orthodox Jews. There's nothing wrong with that one. At 17, Questel won a talent contest held in the RKO Fordham Theater in the Bronx, imitating Helen Kane. And she was signed an agent and began performing in vaudeville. Billed her as Mae Questel personally. Let's see. She did ammo imitations too. Also, she worked for Barry Boop as well too. Anyways, she did a routine. I'm not gonna say because it'll get weird. Let's see, and there's several students of version Helen Kane made popular at the same time. From 1931 and 1939, Questel provided the voice in more 150 animated shorts. The longest running for any actors doing that voice during the 30s on the Good Shaped Lollipop, which sold more than 2 million copies. She reprised her role in 1998, reprised the Betty Boop role in a cameo in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, olive oil. Now we're switching gears. Questel also provided the voice of Olive Oil in Max Fleischer Popeye cartoons beginning when I Ate Me Spinach and became essentially the permanent voice until 1938, and so hiatus to start a family. She based Olive's nasal vocal quality and expression, oh dear, on the character actress Zazu Pitts. For those who don't know who she is, it's right there. That's 1894 for God's sake, man. Let's see, certain 1938, Margie Hines replaced Mae Questel during the transition to the Miami studio. Questel returned as the voice of Olive Oil in 1944 with the Anvil Chorus Girl after the studio recognized famous studios Paramount Pictures had returned to New York. She also filled in for Jack Mercer's voice of Popeye. What? Yeah, a female voice in Popeye. What have you? As a voice of Popeye for a small number of cartoons, Mae Mercer was temporarily drawn to war service. Due to the war. When Hanna-Barbera began making the all-new Popeye cartoons for TV, Questel auditioned for the role of Olive Oil but lost out to Marilyn Schreffler. There's no way for that. There's no way. Alright, here we go with the other voices. So, in addition to his signature voice, she voiced Little Audrey. I didn't know Mae Questel voiced Little Audrey. Yeah, I've seen a few of those cartoons before, and they're alright. Casper the Friendly Ghost in their respective animated shorts. And she voiced characters from the Pebbles the Bam Bam Show, the Flintstone Comedy Hour, and Flintstone Frolics. She continued to provide the voice of Betty Boop and Olive Oil in commercials, TV specials, and elsewhere until her death. In 1988, she reprised her role as Who Framed Roger Rabbit for Betty Boop. She was on camera too. She appeared in Folgers Coffee and Playtex. Alright, now here we go into politics. And oh boy, this is going to get muddled. Questel was a Democrat who supported Adlai Stevenson's campaign during the 1952 election, so my guess, Betty Boop is a Democrat. Obviously. So her death. Questel died from complications related to Alzheimer's disease at the age of 89 in her Manhattan apartment. She was buried at West Babylon, New York's New Montefiore Cemetery. She had two kids, Robert Balkin and her predeceased her, and Richard born 1930, who survived her. Alright, now the next up is Grey Griffin or Grey DeLisle. You may recognize her as Daphne Blake from like 2001 to today, and Catwoman from a Batman Arkham City and Batman Arkham Knight. So here we go. See, Grey Griffin, 1 second here, or Grey DeLisle. So her voice roles include Vicky from The Fairly Odd Parents, Sam from Danny Phantom, Mandy from The Grand Adventures of Elliot and Mandy, Frankie Foster from Foster Home for Imaginary Friends, and she voices Lola, Lana, and Lily from The Loud House. Also, she voiced Daphne Blake in the Scooby-Doo cartoons and directed video and other appearances since 2000, because the predecessor for Grey Griffin was Mary Kay Bergman, who passed away in 1999. In the Scooby-Doo, so here we go. In the Scooby-Doo franchise, DeLisle voiced Daphne Blake since the direct-to-video movie Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, which she inherited from her friend and teacher Mary Kay Bergman, following the latter's suicide. She later said of Bergman, and I quote, "It was an interesting turn of events to get to play Daphne, but I'm so glad that I had the role, and I was glad that I was able to carry on that for her. She set the bar very high," unquote. DeLisle also credited the work for helping her maintain her music career, stating, "I think Daphne saved country music." Also, she was a singer too. She sang the Small Time in 2000. Alright, so here we go. Animation. She voiced Rugrats. She voiced in Johnny Bravo, on the Wild Thorn Bears, The Weekenders, Buzz Lightyear Star Command, Cliff with the Big Red Dog as Emily Elizabeth. Let's see, The Zeta Project, The Fairly Odd Parents, Vicky, Tootie, and others. The Mummy, Samurai Jack, What's New Scooby-Doo, Daphne, Conan Kids Next Door, Clifford's Puppy Days, Duck Dodgers, Danny Phantom, Justice League Unlimited or JLU, Foster Home for Imaginary Friends, The Batman, Amber, Mary Grayson, what the? Yeah, Mike is Dick Grayson, I think. See, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Lunatics Unleashed, Wow Wow Wubsy, Back of the Barn, Your Bears characters, Batman the Brave and the Bold, The Mighty Bee, Portia Gibbons. Yeah, Portia. My character's named after a car, I'd say that. The Penguins of Madagascar, Generator Rex, Scooby Mystery Inc., Regular Show, Tough Puppy, Looney Tunes Show, let's see, what else, Sanjay and Craig, Beware the Batman, Legend Korra, The Tom Dare Show as Ginger. Jesus Christ, that's gonna be painful. See, Pickle Brene Cricket, Be Cool Scooby-Doo, Mr. Peabody and Sherman, on the Loud House, Lola, Lana, Lily, and Ruth, and others. Oh, great, the camera battery's almost dead. 1 second. Where the hell's the damn charger? Oh, found the charger, guys. Lots of damn charger. 1 second here, guys. 1 second. Okay, get this sound bitch plugged in. That's like the crotch height. Yeah, so anyway. So she voiced in films, the Powerpuff Girls movie, Clifford's Really Big Movie. Yeah, so she voices Daphne from since 2001. So hang on 1 second here. Let's grab a crotch right. All right, now let's see. Now who's next? Let's see. All right, Paul Frees is next. Paul Frees. You may know him as the man of the thousand voices. Freeze's radio career was cut short because he was drafted in World War II, where he fought in Normandy, France on D-Day. He was wounded and returned into the U.S. for a year. He attended the Art Institute under he attended college under the GI Bill. So he worked for 9 animation studios like Walt Disney, Warner Brothers, Walter Land Studios, United is United Productions of America, Hanna-Barbera Filmation, MGM, the Patty Philly Enterprises, and Ruby Spears, just to name a few. He voiced Ludwig von Drake in 18 episodes of the Disney anthology TV series. Beginning of what the oh crap. Alright, once technical difficulties here, guys. Technical difficulties. Oh god, crashed. I'm just gonna finally go it out. Let's see. 1 second. Damn it. See, damn it. Alright, see, Paul Frees. Paul Frees, here we go. Alright, so. Yeah, he voiced, he was like, he was one of the characters in the Rocky and Bullwinkle show. Yeah, he narrated this thing called Magic Land. Yeah. Let's see that. Yeah, next will be Alan Reed, Don Adams, Paul Winchell, Thurl Ravenscroft, Christine Cavanaugh, Mary Kay Bergman, and Pat Buttram. I might do Katsushi, but alright. 1 second. So I did Mae Questel and Greg Griffin so far. I gotta do Paul Frees, Alan Reed, Don Adams, Paul Winchell, Thurl Ravenscroft. That's 7. Christine Cavanaugh. And Pat Buttram. So it's like, I think it's like 9 characters. I don't know. I think I just might do a few of them today. So Paul. That's my do a few of them. Like this is like voice actors part 2, and I just might do Alan Reed, and see I might do Alan Reed and Don Adams, 5 time. Christine Cavanaugh. I think it's got Vincent Price. I think. I don't know. So third round. So Alan Reed is next. Don Adams is next up. Yeah. So for Disney, he narrated a few short films like Donald and Math's Magic Land. A computer animated singing bust in Frieza's likeness appeared in 2003, The Haunted Mansion as a tribute. Also, he played a small live action role in The Shaggy Dog. There's like a 59 version and like a current version of that. Freeze was regular presence in J. Ward cartoons. Boris Badenoff, Inspector Fenwick from Dudley Do-Right, and he was Grimsley in Santa Claus is Coming to Town. He was a traffic cop in Frosty the Snowman. He on the Terrible and Real Shining New Year, and Quick on the Hard Voice of the Sea Captain and others. The first Easter Rabbit. Also, he voiced Jack Frost and also a cop in Winterbolt in Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. The next one is, next is Alan Reed. Alan Reed, aka the voice of Fred Flintstone in the Flintstones, before his successor Henry Corden, and then after that James Arnold Taylor. So Alan Reed, he was born Herbert Theodore Bergman. Alright, TV, here we go, TV and voice acting. Let's see. He was as a voice actor, Reed provided the voice of Boris, the Russian wolfhound in Walt Disney's Lady and the Tramp in 1955. In 1960 began the voice role for which he was most famous, that of Fred Flintstone. The lead character in Hanna-Barbera's primetime animated series The Flintstones, which I've discussed in the last episode. Reed provided Fred's voice for an entire 6-season run of the show, as well as several spin-off series such as The Pebbles of Bam Bam Show and The Flintstone Comedy Hour, and specials. His final performance as Fred Flintstone was a cameo guest appearance on an episode of Scooby's All-Star Laugh Olympics. Among his other voice roles was Touche Turtle's sidekick Dum Dum. And radio playwright and director Norman Corwin cast Reed as Santa Claus in 1969 KCET TV radio of 1938 played The Plot to Overthrow Christmas. He, in 1932, married to former Finette Walker, 2005, a Broadway actress whom he met on a TV station, W2XAP, now known as WCBS. She appeared in stage in the 30s and a chorus member in the original 1934 Broadway play of Anything Goes with Ethel Merman. He had 3 kids. Alan Reed Jr., born May 1936. One of his sons started acting and Reed took the professional name Alan Reed Sr. Now his death. This might get painful too. Reed was a heavy smoker, was diagnosed with bladder cancer in 1967. He underwent an operation to have the organ removed, which successfully eradicated the cancer, but later developed emphysema and died of a heart attack in 1977, just 2 months before his 70th birthday. His body was donated to medical research. So, he voiced a man called Flintstone, and who else? He voiced Fred Flintstone. He was in the Dick Van Dyke Show as an auctioneer. He appeared in an episode of Batman called General McGruder, I think, and that was Bam Bam Show Lap Olympics. He was in the episode The Swiss Alps and Tokyo, Japan. Yeah, as his last appearance. And now let's see. Let's see. I gotta go in order. Let's see. So first was Mae Questel, Ray Griffin, Paul Frees, and now Alan Reed. Now Don Adams is up next, and that's about does it for this episode. Yeah, Don Adams. Here we go. Yeah, Donald James Yarmy, more professionally as Don Adams, was an American actor, comedian, director. In his 5 decades as Maxwell Smart in 1986. He's voiced as Tennessee Tuxedo, and he guest starred in an episode of the new Scooby-Doo movies where played like in it's like he's like an exterminator. Yeah, Don Adams. He done the J too, and he served in the United States Marine Corps. He fought in the battle Operation Watchtower. Dropped out of New York City DeWitt Clinton High School. Comedian Larry Storch was a classmate. Adams worked as a theater usher. During World War II, he joined the U.S. Marines. Has participated in the battle. In one of the battles of the Pacific Theater of Operations. His combat service was short-lived. He contracted blackwater fever, a serious complication of malaria. He was evacuated and hospitalized for more than a year at a Navy hospital in New Zealand. After his recovery, he served as a Marine drone instructor in the United States. And let's see now, typecasting. Let's see the nude bone. Let's see. Let's see now. Voiceover work. Here we go. Adams was the voice of the title character in Tennessee Tuxedo, with this bombastic catchphrase, and I quote, "Tennessee Tuxedo will not fail." Later, he voiced himself in an animated form of guest shot in an episode of Hanna-Barbera's the new Scooby-Doo movies called The Exterminator. See, told you. He voiced Inspector Gadget in the original TV series, a 1992 Christmas special, and he was he was in subsequent 1998 spin-offs, Gadget Boy and Inspector Gadget's Field Trip. He started voice acting in 1999. His last role was prior to his death in 2005, where Principal Hickney in the late 1990s and early 2000s, and Pepper Ann voiced to bring the dog in the end credits 1999 film Inspector Gadget. He died in 2005 at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. He suffered from lymphoma and lung infection. Before his death, Adams had joked about not wanting a mournful funeral performed. He said to have his friends get together and bring him back to life. Also, among the eulogists were his decades-long friends, including Barbara Feldon, Don Rickles, the voice of Mr. Potato Head in the Toy Story franchise, and Bill Dunn and his son-in-law Jim Beaver. Alright, I'm gonna do one more. That's Don Adams and now Paul Winchell, and that should do it. Next episode, I'll finish out on the rest of the voice actors that I mentioned. So Paul Winchell. You may know him as the voice of Tigger in the original Winnie the Pooh series, and he voiced Dick Dastardly in Gargamel and other characters. He appeared on the Beverly Hillbillies in 1962. So Winchell was born Paul Lewinsky in New York. His father was a tailor. His grandparents were Jewish immigrants from Russian Poland and Austria-Hungary. At the age of 13, he contracted polio. While recovering, he happened upon a magazine advertisement offering a ventriloquism kit for 10 cents. Back at school, he asked his art teacher, Jiro Magan, if he could receive a class credit for creating a ventriloquist dummy. Mr. Magan was agreeable, and Winchell named his creation Jerry Mahaney by the way of thanks. Winchell went back to reading magazines, gathering jokes from them and putting together for a comedy skit. Yeah, he was a ventriloquist back then. Don't push it. Let's see now. Let's see. Now this was the Paul Winchell and Jim Mahaney show, and adult programs with his figures for NBC TV. The NBC Saturday morning program is sponsored by Tootsie Roll. From the clubhouse motif and a theme song co-written by Winchell and his longtime band leader and on their sidekick Milton DeLisle. The theme was Hooray Hurrah. An ending song, Friends, 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 was sung by the kids in the audience. Now here we go to voice acting. Winchell's career after the late 60s included various voice roles for animated TV. For Hanna-Barbera, he played the character Dick Dastardly in Wacky Races, and also Clyde and Softy in Wacky Races and Parents of Up and Up Pit Stop. Also, he voiced Gargamel in the Smurfs. Also provided the voice of Rebs on Wheeling the Chopper Bunch. And also he played a role on the new Scooby-Doo movies. He played Hong Kong Phooey. For Disney, he voiced Tigger in Winnie the Pooh featurettes and won a Grammy Award for his performance in Winnie the Pooh and Tigger 2. Beginning the new series, the new version of Winnie the Pooh, he altered in the role with Jim Cummings on the current voice of Pooh. Winchell's final performance as Tigger was in 1999 in Winnie the Pooh: Valentine for You, a main version of Winnie the Pooh Adventures from Walt Disney World. Following his retirement, Cummings permanently took over the role of Tigger, starting with his singing song with Pooh Bear in 1999, though some vocals from Winchell's previous Pooh animations were included. Winchell provided the voices of Sam I Am and the unnamed character Sam Pesters and Green Eggs and Ham from the animated TV special Dr. Seuss on the Loose. And he played Fearless Freddy in the Shark Hunter on the Pink Panther spin-off Mr. Jaw in 1976. Also he played as the Blue Racer series too. In the commercials, he voiced the character Burger Chef from the fast food chain the same name, scrubbing bubbles for Dow Chemicals, and the owl from the Tootsie Roll Pops commercials. From 1981 to 1989, he voiced Gargamel on the Smurfs, as well as several Smurfs TV movies. During the 1980s, he was called upon Hanna-Barbera to reprise his role for Dick Dastardly in Ernie's Treasure Hunt, which was a tour de force featuring all of HB characters, and later on Wake Rider role, which was a Wacky Races spin-off. With the Wake Rider role. This was Jump Rider role. This was aired on Disney Channel weekday afternoons. It was a live-action animated TV show produced by Hanna-Barbera. So my guess, Hanna-Barbera and Disney Channel. Yeah, created by David Kirshner. Great person. Yeah, maybe on the final episode, I might. Yeah, I might do something like this. Yeah, I might discuss like what writer role for the final episode. And that's what I'm going to do. He voiced Yogi Bear in the Magical Fights Bruce Goose. He did the voice of the Dread Baron, which was previously voiced by John Stevenson on Life Olympics. And the medical patents. Winchell was a pre-med student at Columbia University. He graduated from the Acupuncture Research College of LA in 1974. He was an acupuncturist, also a hypnotist at the Gibson Institute of Hollywood. He had over 30 patents in his lifetime. He invented an artificial heart with the assistance of Dr. Henry Heimlich, inventor of the Heimlich maneuver, and held an early but not the first U.S. patent for such a device. The University of Utah developed similar apparatus around that same time, but when they tried to patent it, Winchell's heart was cited as prior art. The university requested that Winchell donate the heart to the university, which he did. Humanitarian efforts. Now here we go. In the 1980s, Winchell, concerned about starvation in Africa, developed a method to cultivate tilapia fish in tribal villages and small communities. The fish thrives in brackish waters, which made it particularly well suited for sub-Saharan Africa. Winchell appeared before a congressional committee with several other celebrities, including Richard Dreyfuss, Ed Asner, and Henry Hyman. The committee declined to finance a pilot program for the tilapia agriculture project in Africa because it required digging a well into non-potable water, which the committee deemed to be indivisible. Winchell had three kids: Stancy Paul Winchell, a daughter Stephanie from his first marriage to Dorothy Dottie Movitz, and a daughter April Winchell, the current voice of Clarabelle Cow, who was a comedian voice actress from his second marriage to actress Nina Russell. His third wife, the former Jean Freeman. Winchell's autobiography, Winch, 2004, exposed many dark areas of Winchell's life. Abuse, childhood, depression, mental breakdown, sorts in an institution somewhere. Now his death. Winchell retired from his career in 1999, before dying of natural causes 6 years later, October June 24, 2005, age 82. Winchell's friend and the Pooh co-star John Fiedler, who supplied the voice of Piglet, died the following day of cancer at the age of 80. After Winchell's retirement, Jim Cummings, who also supplies of Tigger, also he was Pooh Bear, took over as Tigger. So, that about does it. Join us next time where I discuss a few more actors, such as Thor Ravenscroft, Christine Cavanaugh, maybe Vincent Price, Mary Kay Bergman, and Pat Buttram. So that about does it. See you later, dudes.